Welcome to a new Let's Play with Summer Farm Estates.
Hello, welcome back to Porta, Westfalicia, where today we are getting the potatoes into the ground. We are getting towards the end of the day. It is getting night time, but get these potatoes in. We should have got a bigger weight for the tractor. It does tip, so we have to be very careful when we turn around, but we can always pop to the shop, get a bigger weight. Had the other tractor got finished ploughing, of course it's got a bigger weight on it to sort the job out, and it is a bigger tractor. This Fendt Vario 818, first time we give it a run out, and you'll admit, nice lovely looking tractor there. Not the most modern Fendt that you can get, but a bit of an upgrade on the 512 series. This field of potatoes will be the last of our vegetable crops to go in for this season. We have got to, there you see how light it is on the front end. We have to take our time getting turned around. Not too bad going backwards because it pushes the front end down, but shouldn't be too long in getting down here. We will get as many of these potatoes planted today as we can. We will be getting all of these fields sorted. We have got the sugar beet to go in the far field, but the tractor at the minute, we've still got the tractor over there with the plough on. Now, I had worker busy ploughing that field up still, and we need to go around and get some fertiliser on the crops. Once we've got everything in and fertilised, get some weed killer on, that's the time then when we can get ourselves sorted with getting around to harvest time. As you see, we're back at the end again. We've only not used too many potatoes. That's one good thing over Farming Simulator 17. In 17, potatoes used to cost a fortune to plant. They are a little bit better in 19. So back again we go. Tractor not quite so heavy now as it was. You can see from inside it is bit sparse inside the cab, bit probably FS15ish this, but we shall give it a try. Get these potatoes in the ground. Let's just put out the marker and see how that's going to work. No, I wanted to keep that going. The ridge marker a little better. So now we're going to get as many, as I say, of these potatoes today planted as we can. We do need to keep as straight as we can so we're not looking behind us. I learnt this when I was working at Bowser's farm at Leverton near Boston. When you're doing the planting, you're not all the time looking behind you for what's happening behind. Follow the line. Although if you look round you can come back, hopefully get back on the line. I used to look around a little bit now and again, used to put a few kinks in the field, but around we come. That's our other marker out nicely. So now we shall get ourselves set into here. Not quite so bad on tilting now that we've got. That's it, and we're back in, down. Now when you got the marker out, that looks a lot better for following. So yeah, this tractor may not be stopping with us too long. We just needed an extra tractor in the meantime. We do plan on getting the Fendt Vario 1000 as our big workhorse tractor to do all the heavy jobs, and this one will probably be the one that gets replaced. Everything working nicely for us at the moment. But, no, we haven't got no marker because we are putting the marker out now. Just have to try and judge it as best we can to the end. Looking at this, could be working nicely. Right, we've got to the end. There we go. Put out the marker again. Just wanted to give this tractor a try while we're on this farm, since I downloaded it not too long into FS19. We're still not giving it a try as yet. So even if you only just plant these potatoes with it, it is at least now getting a run out. And these potatoes will be stored, some of them to have once grown potatoes next season. Not sure how many seasons we're going to run on this map, depends on what English maps come out in the meantime. Just an heads up to the regulars who watch our live streams and our videos. Oakfield Farm has dropped to a video map, and we are going to be running on Peterville Palm. Peterville Palm is going to be run with some rules. Rule 1, as suggested by Rabbitman, we are not allowed to tab between the different vehicles. We have to either drive or walk to get to them. I will drive down here watching the line whilst we're giving these rules out so I can keep eye on it. Rule 2, we have got a limit of 3 workers. Now this means that if we are harvesting, if we've got ourselves a service truck and we want to go with a combine, 2 tractors and the service truck to the field, we'll have to take 2 of them and the service truck and then drive back to the farm, pick up the other one and take it back. We can't just have extra workers jump on, follow me to take the equipment to the field. Rule number 3, we are not allowed to cut grass, bale it and sell it. Exception to that rule, if it's for a contract and we've got extra bales, then that is fine. Rule number 4, no selling of crops direct off the field unless there is a great demand for the crop in the field that we are harvesting at the time of the great demand. We're not allowed to just swap fields because there's a great demand somewhere else. Rule 5, only allowed to have 3 tractors on the farm at any one time. Now we probably won't be having all the same brand or anything like that. That means we can have like a Ford T6, New Holland T6, sorry, a Massey Ferguson 7700S and probably a John Deere, so we can have 3 different manufacturers of tractor. Now here's where we've got to be careful. You see the tractor very light on the front end. Rule 6, we can only sell a tractor once it is totally worn out. So we can't just sell a tractor for the sake of selling it because we want a new one. If we buy a tractor for 180,000, until it gets down to about 10 or 15,000, something like that, we are not allowed to get rid of it. And our ridge marker there didn't seem to work very well. Rule 7 on our new rules of doing it. Withering of crops has to be turned on, but we can turn on and off plant growth to suit Rule 13. Come to that shortly. So to suit Rule 13 we can turn the plant growth on and off. Rule 8, every 3rd crop in a field has to be a root crop. So that means if we've got 3 fields, then we're going to have to start with a root crop in one of them to stop us ending up with all 3 fields being root crops at the same time. Rule 9, bales have got to be taken from the field and put into a shed within 2 days of baling the field. Rule number 10, we are going to be tipping on the shed floor, not in the silo. Rule 11, we are not allowed to have a loan bigger than £500,000 at any one time, which stops us doing anything about Rule 12, which Rule 12, if we get £3,000 in arrears, let's say if we've got £500,000 loan out, and the balance you see in the top right hand corner of the screen is below minus 3,000, we have to sell land to get ourselves back in the plus side on that. Rule 13, now this is where, as we said, plant withering is on, can turn plant growth on and off to suit Rule 13. Rule 13, we're going to do it as if we've got seasons, so 3 days for spring, 3 days for summer, 3 days for autumn, and the next 3 days will be winter. Rule 14, can only lease one item at a time. So were we to, like I have now, just bought another tractor to do this potato planting. Now if we went and did a contract harvesting potatoes and we don't own a potato harvester and we don't own the topper, if you're leasing trailed, you can only lease one of them. You can't lease everything at once. Rule 15, once we start on animals, we have to we have to buy a minimum of 2 animals at a time. We can't go and buy one animal. So if we're having, say, pigs, we can't go buy 1 pig. Rule 16, we can only do contracts that we have the equipment on our farm to do that contract. We can't lease, say if a potato contract comes up and we've got a combine and a sugar beet harvester. If a potato contract comes up, if we can afford to buy that item, that is fine. If not, then we can't do the contract. We can't go out and say, okay, we'll use their items. Rule 17, we're only allowed to use GPS if the tractor has got Starfire or whatever brand equivalent is on the different tractors to be able to have it on. Now weeds are growing pretty rapidly at the side of us here at the moment. We can get them sprayed off once we get the potatoes in. We've only then got the sugar beet to do. We'll get to the other end of the field again and then we'll have to skip the night, but we are, well, 4 or 5 minutes away from the end of the episode, so we will, and it's not left a mark. No, because the marker again wasn't down. We're not getting on too well with this. We're putting the markers out, but we will join you tomorrow to finish the rest of this. I hope those rules will lead to a good live stream series on Peterville Farm. It's going to be a challenge at times, especially the keeping above 3,000. You're going to have to be careful what money we spend. We can't just say, oh, we've got 180, we'll go get this tractor for 175. That leaves us £3,000 and no way to recoup that money until we've got an harvest ready. So yeah, we've got to be very careful with our money. It has taken me nearly the whole episode here to get some potatoes in the ground. We've got a fair way across the field. I did see last spring, in between where I live and Newark, I did see someone at 11 o'clock at night doing this potato planting. They've got the tractor doing the potatoes and everything else all out at once. Now can we see well enough to do another round, because we have got enough time, I think. And that ridger is there, that's lovely. We need to get ourselves lined up. And here we go back down to this end again. We will do one more round. Everything is working nicely. We can see pretty well what we're doing. Lights on this tractor are pretty good on the outside, even if the in-cab looks a bit dated. But, this is getting, I suppose we've got probably over half of our potato crop in for the next season. Do intend to buy the Grimmy GL, is it GL90/4, which is like a potato ridge that you run over the ground along with the stone separators. We haven't got the clod separator or stone separator, whichever way you want to call it. But we have got the ridge part where you do the ridges before the start. I'm not sure how it works, whether it works properly or not. But we shall probably, next time we do a potato planting session, be it on here or be it on the next map, then we've got the post coming up to us. Good thing about it is the posts are friendly for hired helpers because they haven't got collisions on them. We've come a little too wide there. They need to be down this post here. So yeah, most of the video today was talking about the new live stream series that starts, actually, as we're recording this on Wednesday, the live stream series actually starts to you watching it tonight. So Peterville Farm, the episode we did is now scrapped. We're going to start all over again. I'm going to get the Massey Ferguson 7700S on the farm and then see what people think about other vehicles on the farm. But I want the 7700S because it is a new mod out. I want to give it a try. we are just going down to this area. It looks like our helper has finished ploughing, which is great news. He can come and take over on here. We can sell this tractor again now that he's finished his ploughing, and we will be back to normal. So all that's left to say, we hope you've enjoyed this video planting the potatoes. Please give it a like, give it a share, drop us a comment, let us know what you like, what you don't like about the video. If you are new to Summer Farm Estates and you'd like to see more of the work we do here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification icon. It will tell you when we do these videos, when we do our live streams. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now. Bye bye.